Duke Nukem 3D is a first-person shooter video game developed by 3D Realms and published by GT Interactive Software. The full version of the game was originally released for MS-DOS in May 1996 as version 1.3D, while the shareware version was released on January 29, 1996. It is a sequel to the platform games Duke Nukem and Duke Nukem 2, published by 3D Realms. The Plutonium Pack, an expansion pack which updated the game to version 1.4 and added a fourth 11-level episode, was released in November 1996. The Atomic Edition, a standalone version of the game that included the content from the Plutonium Pack and updated the game to version 1.5, was later released. The original version of Duke Nukem 3D has since been discontinued. Duke Nukem 3D features the adventures of the titular macho Duke Nukem, voiced by John Street, John, who fights against an alien invasion on Earth. Along with Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, Duke Nukem 3D is considered to be responsible for popularizing first-person shooters, and was released to major acclaim. Reviewers praised the interactivity of the environments, gameplay, level design, and unique risque humor, a mix of pop culture satire and lampooning of over-the-top Hollywood action heroes. The game's violent nature, erotic elements, and portrayal of women incited controversy. After 15 years in development hell, a direct sequel was released called Duke Nukem Forever. Gameplay. As a first-person shooter whose gameplay is similar to Doom, the gameplay of Duke Nukem 3D involves moving through levels presented from the protagonist's point of view, shooting enemies on the way. The environments in Duke Nukem 3D are highly destructible and interactive. Most props can be destroyed by the player. Levels were designed in a fairly non-linear manner such that players can advantageously use air ducts, back doors, and sewers to avoid enemies or find hidden caches. These locations are also filled with objects with which the player can interact, that either benefit the player in some form. Light switches make it easier to see, while water fountains and broken hydrants provide some health points or simply diversion. And tipping strippers provokes a quote from Duke, and a provocative reveal from the dancer. Weapons include the Mighty Foot, a pistol, a shotgun, a triple-barreled chain gun, a rocket-propelled grenade launcher, pipe bombs, freeze and shrink rays, laser landmines, and the rapid-fire, Devastator, rocket launcher. There is also an extra weapon known as the Expander, the opposite of the shrink ray weapon, which is only available in the Atomic Edition version of the game. Various items can be picked up during gameplay. The portable medkit allows players to heal Duke at will. Steroids speed up Duke's movement, as well as instantly reversing the effects of the shrink ray weapon and increasing the strength of Duke's Mighty Foot for a short period. Night vision goggles allow players to see enemies in the dark. The HoloDuke device projects a hologram of Duke which can be used to distract enemies. Protective boots allow Duke to cross dangerously hot or toxic terrain. In sections where progress requires more aquatic legwork, scuba gear, and aqualung allows Duke to take longer trips underwater. Duke's jetpack allows the player to move vertically and gain access to otherwise inaccessible areas. The game features a wide variety of enemies, some of which are aliens and other mutated humans. The LAPD have been turned into pig cops, a play on the derogatory term pig for police officers, with lard emblazoned on their uniforms. As is usual for a first-person shooter, Duke Nukem encounters a large number of lesser foes, as well as bosses, usually at the end of episodes. Like Duke, these enemies have access to a wide range of weapons and equipment, and some weaker enemies have jetpacks. Multiplayer. Duke Nukem 3D features multiplayer. At the time of its release, internet-based gaming was just beginning. Duke Nukem 3D did not support the TCP/IP client server model, instead based its network play on the IPX LAN modem or serial cable. Kali allowed users to connect to a chat room to host and join games. Duke Nukem 3D was one of the more popular games on 10 prior to the closure of the network in 1999. The game was also supported by DWANGO. Duke Nukem 3D's levels were often used as the battlegrounds for these encounters, and users were even able to create their own levels, or maps, using the level editor bundled with the game, which was also used by the developers to design the initial levels. The game also features cooperative play, co-op, which allows players to complete the story-based single-player mode together. In Duke Nukem 3D Atomic Edition, a new gameplay mode was introduced, Duke Tag, a capture the flag style mode. Duke Nukem 3D has been ported to run on modern Microsoft Windows variants including Windows XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8. This has been made possible since the game's source code was publicly released in 2003. Various source ports have been made including EDUK32, JF Duke 3D, HDuke, and XDuke. All four offer the original visual appearance of the game, while EDUK32 also supports OpenGL rendering including the capability to use fan-created modern graphics using the high-resolution pack. HDuke and XDuke can still be played online in multiplayer Duke Match format using launchers such as Duke Matcher and Yang, both freely available. EDUK32's multiplayer is in a state of development hell following an attempt to rewrite the network functionality using a client-server model. Plot setting: Duke Nukem 3D is set on Earth, sometime in the early 21st century. The levels of Duke Nukem 3D take players outdoors and indoors through rendered street scenes, military bases, deserts, a flooded city, space stations, moon bases, and a Japanese restaurant. The game contains several humorous references to pop culture. Some of Duke's lines are drawn from movies such as Aliens, Dirty Harry, Evil Dead 2, Full Metal Jacket, Jaws, Pulp Fiction, and They Live. The mutated women saying, "Kill me," is a reference to Aliens. Players will encounter corpses of famous characters such as Luke Skywalker, Indiana Jones, Snake Plissken, the protagonist of Doom, and a smashed T-800. In the first episode, players navigate a tunnel in the wall of a prison cell hidden behind a poster, just like in The Shawshank Redemption. During the second episode, players can see the monolith on the moon. In the bathroom of the first level, 867-5309 is written on a wall. The game cover itself is a parody of Army of Darkness, with Duke posing as Ash Williams. Story: there is little story in the game, only a brief text prelude located under Help in the main menu, and a few cutscenes after the completion of an episode. The game picks up right after the events of Duke Nukem 2, with Duke returning to Earth in his space cruiser. As Duke descends on Los Angeles in hopes of taking a vacation, his ship is shot down by unknown hostiles. While sending a distress signal, Duke learns that aliens are attacking Los Angeles and have mutated the LAPD. With his vacation plans now ruined, Duke hits the eject button, and vows to do whatever it takes to stop the alien invasion. In Episode 1, LA Meltdown, Duke fights his way through a dystopian Los Angeles. At a strip club, he is captured by pig cops, but escapes the alien-controlled penitentiary and tracks down the alien cruiser responsible for the invasion in the San Andreas Fault. Duke discovers that the aliens were capturing women, and detonates the ship. Levels in this episode include a movie theater, a red light district, a prison, and a nuclear waste disposal facility. In Episode 2, Lunar Apocalypse, Duke journeys to space, where he finds many of the captured women held in various incubators throughout space stations that had been conquered by the aliens. Duke reaches the alien mothership on the moon and kills an alien overlord. As Duke inspects the ship's computer, it is revealed that the plot to capture women was merely a ruse to distract him. The aliens have already begun their attack on Earth. In Episode 3, Shrapnel City, Duke battles the massive alien resistance through Los Angeles once again, and kills the leader of Alien Menace, the Cycloid Emperor. The game ends as Duke promises that after some R&R, he will be ready for more action, as an anonymous woman calls him back to bed. Levels in this episode include a sushi bar, a movie set, a subway, and a hotel. The story continues in the Atomic Edition. In Episode 4, The Birth, it is revealed that the aliens used a captured woman to give birth to the Alien Queen, a creature which can quickly spawn deadly alien protector drones. Duke is dispatched back to Los Angeles to fight hordes of aliens, including the protector drones. Eventually, Duke finds the lair of the Alien Queen, and kills her, thus thwarting the alien plot. Levels in this episode include a fast food restaurant, a supermarket, a Disneyland parody called Babeland, a police station, the Exxon Valdez, and Area 51. Development. Duke Nukem 3D was developed on a budget of roughly $300,000. The development team consisted of 8 people for most of the development cycle, increasing to 12 or 13 people near the end. Scott Miller of 3D Realms recalled that, with Duke 3D, unlike every shooter that came before, we wanted to have sort of real-life locations like a cinema theater, strip club, bookstores. Lame Duke is a beta version of Duke Nukem 3D, which was released by 3D Realms as a bonus 1 year after the release of the official version. It has been released as is, with no support. Lame Duke features 4 episodes: Mr. Caliber, Mission Cockroach, Suckhole, and Hard Landing. Certain weapons were altered from the original versions and/or removed. Lee Jackson's theme song, Grabbage, has elicited many spin-offs and remixes over the years by both fans and professional musicians, including an officially sanctioned studio version by the popular thrash metal outfit Megadeth. Another version of the song was recorded by Chris Klein in August 2005. 3D Realms featured it on the front page of their website and contracted with Klein to use it to promote their Xbox Live release of Duke Nukem 3D.